Welcome back to another episode of Trout Academy. I'm Derek Olthius, and let's jump into part 2 of Minipi.
Court dog just caught a fish that is probably, well, it is just under 8 pounds because we weighed it. It's 24.5 inches to the tail, 23.5 to the fork length, 16-inch girth.
We talked about this a little bit in the IF4 edit, but to give a little bit more context, we'd asked the guide to take us to a spot that had really big fish. We tried streamers, we tried nymphs, we tried mice. We had absolutely pounded the water. And then pretty much after the entire day, the guide sees a drake come off. And he tells us, hey, let's throw on a dry fly. I think we're going to catch a fish. And all of us were just like, yeah, right, this is not going to work. But we humored him because he's the guide and he knows better than us. And Court's very first cast, he caught the biggest fish of the whole trip on a dry fly.
Stuff.
You're up.
That's the fish of the light there. Oh. I had just catched the bestest brookie of my whole life. That's what we call a 6.5 pound brook trout. Woo! Almost fell over, but oh yeah! That was a terrible place to put the GoPro. Oh, look at that freaking fish. That is ridiculous how fat this fish is. Ridiculous. I was fishing this little spot right here with streamers and mice, and I caught a couple fish, and I started seeing some dries pop, and then I started seeing fish rise. Just right here. Here comes Phil and Court and the Watermaster.
Did he eat or did he just swipe?
He came halfway out of the water for it, and like porpoising at it.
Yeah.
And didn't get it in his mouth. Just the whole time, just completely missed it.
Do a couple more. Let me swing a stringer. A swinger. Let me swing a streamer. Oh. Oh. Oh.
A pink gurgler. Philip, right behind me. Fish on. Fish on. Nice trout, Philip. That's gonna be a good one. 5.5 pound brook trout.
We caught quite a few big fish on streamers along that shoreline, but we just couldn't get that big male to eat. We decided to give that area and that big male a rest and come back later and see if he would eat, and it worked.
Some people might ask themselves why you'd buy a Watermaster. I'll tell you why. This is a one-man raft with 2 frickin' dudes on it. Actually, 3 dudes. Watermaster, if you want to get crunk.
I went and stood back in the exact same place with the exact same fly, and this time he ate it. It ended up being my biggest fish of the trip, just under 7 pounds on a mouse, and it was just incredible. It's one of my dream fish, and I couldn't be more excited about it. Something that was really cool on the trip was Phil catching his largest fish on a mouse that his son tied just before he left. Just seeing his son's reaction was priceless, and you can check that out in our IF4 edit. The link's in the description. We had an amazing day. We caught so many big fish on mice and streamers, and this is my face when my mind is just absolutely blown. Here's a trip recap. We want to thank the Cooper family and the guides for having us out. Everyone worked really hard and we super appreciate it. Just an amazing trip with amazing people, and we're really grateful for them.
This is like a mythical forest in here.
Thanks so much for watching. Stop watching YouTube. Get out there on the water, and we'll catch you next week.